Riley, are you going out somewhere today? You seem to be busy with something every day lately.
Yes, Naomi. Today, I'm planning to go shopping. I want to buy a new suit for Dylan. He's been a bit out of touch with fashion lately.
Oh, that's wonderful. Dylan must be grateful to you. But Riley, Dylan is an adult now. Shouldn't he choose for himself?
Naomi, what are you saying? He's still a child. I have to take care of him properly.
What? But Dylan is already 30 years old. Isn't it time for him to be independent? If you interfere too much, it might hinder his growth.
He is my precious child whom I raised. I have to look after him where I can see him. You need to understand that better. You have no idea how much I've done for Dylan. You really don't get it.
I understand. I respect your feelings, Riley. But I want Dylan to be more independent. As his wife, I want us to support each other and live together. It's important for him to have the power to make his own choices and decisions.
Naomi, there are still many things you don't understand. Even though he's married, Dylan is still my child. You are just someone who came along later.
I see. As Dylan's wife, I also think about his happiness first. But sometimes, keeping a distance is necessary.
Well, I don't care about your thoughts. As his mother, I'll do what's best for him. And you have no right to say anything. You should just quietly listen to what I say.
No right to say anything? But I also want to build a happy family with Dylan. I want to cherish my life with him.
A happy family? You? Don't make me laugh. You're still immature. Gosh, there must be a more suitable woman for Dylan.
Riley, it really hurts when you say things like that. But I love Dylan, and I truly want to be happy with him.
Well, if that's what you think, do as you please. But in this house, you follow what I say. That's the rule.
Yes, Riley.
Naomi, there's something I want to tell you. You should just listen to what I say. I won't allow any opinions.
Riley, what's going on all of a sudden?
Well, the honeymoon will be in New York City.
But I talked with Dylan about going to Paris.
No way. There's no need to go so far. Besides, I don't have a passport.
Riley, are you planning to come with us? It's a honeymoon, you know. Normally, it's just for the couple.
Of course. I'm Dylan's mother.
Wow. Does this really happen in real life? It's like a movie.
What are you saying, Naomi?
Oh, nothing. Honeymoons are usually for the couple. I've never heard of a mother-in-law coming along.
But I want to go too. I want to prepare everything for Dylan.
Wow, that makes you sound like a toxic parent. I can't believe you're really coming.
Toxic? Even if you say that, I'm doing this for Dylan.
Try searching mother-in-law comes on honeymoon online. You'll find results about ridiculous in-laws.
The ones posting those are just poor people who can't afford it. Don't pay attention to that.
What?
I'm paying for it, so don't complain. You say it's not about the money, but the problem is solved if the money is covered.
It's not about the money. It's meaningful for the newlyweds to go alone. It's important to start a new life together.
Oh, so you don't need my money since your family is rich. But it's still strange to exclude me.
Are you listening? Honeymoons are supposed to be for the couple.
If you defy me, I can make sure you get divorced.
What? No way.
I raised him as a single mother. I can't give him to a wife who won't listen.
Please, stop being so overprotective.
Do you know why I allowed this marriage?
Why?
Because you're the daughter of a CEO and could help Dylan, who was unemployed. That's why I agreed.
Well, I don't want my husband to be jobless. Dylan is trying hard to find a job, but it's tough these days.
But that's thanks to your father, not you.
That's true. I've been helped a lot by my father.
So, you have no qualifications to be a wife, understand?
Oh my God.
If you want to be acknowledged, you need to listen to me.
From now on?
If you don't want a divorce.
I don't want to be divorced. I love Dylan.
Then leave the honeymoon plans to me. What's more important, your life with Dylan or the honeymoon?
My life with Dylan.
Then the answer is clear.
Understood. We'll go to New York City.
As expected of a CEO's daughter, you get it.
I like domestic trips too. And I want to visit Central Park and see a Broadway show. So New York is fine.
I want to go to cosmetics shops.
For the beauty products? Indeed, you do have a lot of facial oil.
What?
Just kidding.
If you keep joking, I'll make sure you get divorced.
I'll be ready. Dylan, I just came out of the restroom. Where did you go? I'm looking for you but can't find you. You have the tickets, right? The plane is about to leave.
The honeymoon is just me and Mom. It's too sad to leave her out. I can't leave her at home alone. She wants to enjoy it with us too.
What? What are you saying, Dylan? Is this a joke? A honeymoon is for the couple only.
It was Mom who wanted to go to New York City. New York City is her dream. That's why I want to take her.
Do you understand that a honeymoon is for the couple? It's normal to enjoy time just for the two of us. Don't you think it's weird for a Riley to tag along?
It's your fault for buying only 2 tickets. You booked the hotel for 2, which is mean.
Isn't it weirder that your mom insists on coming along? It's outrageous for a parent to come on a honeymoon.
I've always felt this way. I've always thought this way, just never said it. Mom is the most important to me.
I can't believe this. How could you change so suddenly after getting married? Then what was our marriage for?
I married you because Mom wanted it.
I can't believe it. I never thought I'd be betrayed like this.
It's not a betrayal. I just never told you my true feelings.
What? I used to think you were sweet and kind. But now, it seems you're just a mama's boy.
Why are you being so mean? I just care about my mother.
But shouldn't the husband prioritize his wife? That's what marriage is about.
You can replace a wife, but you can't replace a mom.
Do you really believe that?
That's what Mom told me, and I agree.
Don't just agree. Where's your own will?
Following Mom is my will. Plus, she wanted to go to New York City, so I really wanted to take her.
All right, fine. Here's what we'll do. I'll catch a later flight. I'll rebook the hotel for 3 and we can meet there.
What?
That way, everything is solved. I'll compromise this time.
No, Naomi, you don't need to come.
What? Are you serious?
What's up?
It's just that I'm so shocked. What do you mean I don't need to come?
Lately, I realized I haven't spent time alone with Mom. I want a trip with just the 2 of us.
Can't we do this another time? What about our trip?
It's fine. We see each other every day now that we live together.
Fine. I'll give up the trip.
Great. Thanks for understanding.
I don't agree at all, but for the sake of our marriage...
Oh, by the way, Mom said
What now?
she wants to move in with us after the honeymoon.
Wait, hold on. I didn't agree to that.
You don't?
What was all that about earlier? If we live together, I'll see your mom every day. And saying she'll move in after the honeymoon? That's not even a honeymoon anymore.
Why so many complaints?
Of course I have complaints. I feel like crying.
I used to put up with your whims, but that won't continue.
Excuse me?
We're married now, so you can't go against me, right?
What are you trying to say?
We've had breakup threats before, but I always apologized.
You apologized because you were in the wrong. Like when you were 3 hours late for our date, forgot your wallet and I had to pay for everything. Or when you got touchy with other girls.
Bringing up the past isn't helpful.
You brought it up first.
You said you didn't want to be divorced.
That was just something I said.
But you don't want to be, right? It would be embarrassing if your friends knew you divorced right after getting married.
Yes, it would.
Besides, I need to help boost your father's company now, so you need me, right?
Boost it? How?
I'm the next CEO. You don't have any brothers to take over.
So what?
It means you need me, right? Don't defy me anymore.
Fine, whatever.
Great. Glad you understand. Now Mom and I will enjoy the honeymoon.
It's not a honeymoon. Why are you so fixated on your mom? What about our relationship?
Mom is everything to me. Without her, I wouldn't be here.
I understand, but our time as a couple is important too.
I know, but Mom is special.
I see. I wanted to be special too.
You are important too, but for now, Mom comes first.
I can't stand that.
Sorry, but this is the path I've chosen. Hey, Naomi, where did you go? Are you hiding? Or are you messing with us? I came back and your stuff is gone. Where did you go?
Oh, did you enjoy the honeymoon?
Of course. We went to the cosmetic stores as planned, and we rode a horse-drawn carriage for the first time.
I see. That's nice.
By the way, your room is empty. Oh, you cleared it out to make it Mom's room, right?
You're so dense it makes me want to scream.
Huh?
Well, yes. From now on, that's the house for you and Mom. You two can live happily there. I won't be involved anymore.
Just the two of us? What about you? Aren't you going to live with us?
I won't be coming back. Goodbye. We're done. Do I need to spell it out?
What? You left?
Yes, and our relationship is over too. Can't you understand unless I spell it out?
Wait a minute. Do you understand your position? We have many mutual acquaintances, so everyone will know about the divorce right away. Your record will show a divorce, making things difficult for you. Divorce is not a good idea.
But the marriage certificate was never submitted.
What?
After the wedding was decided, I got busy preparing for everything. Then your mom started causing a fuss and I was confused. I planned to submit it after the honeymoon. But since we never even went on the trip, I decided to cancel the marriage. I'll just tear up the documents.
Wait, hold on. You tricked me?
Who's the one who tricked who? I decided to marry you because I thought you were kind, cute, and a bit shy, and I wanted to protect you. Turns out you're just a mama's boy.
But Mom said, since we're married, I could act a bit bossy.
Here we go again. Mom, Mom. Huh? Can't you say anything other than Mom?
Don't mock me.
Your timid tone is getting on my nerves.
Anyway, if we don't marry, your company's in trouble, right?
What?
I was going to become the CEO and support it. There'll be no one to take over.
Are you an idiot? Who said you were going to be CEO?
What?
I only said I'd let you work at the company. How did that balloon into this grand delusion?
But Mom said, Dylan, you're the next CEO, so I thought it was true.
You're painfully mistaken.
Then who will take over the company?
I don't have any brothers, but I have a cousin. A super reliable, handsome cousin.
So he'll take over instead?
Not instead. It was always planned for him to take over. He's currently studying business and training for it.
Wow.
Wow? Did you think you'd get a position while eating chips and playing games? He's nothing like you, lazy and dawdling.
You don't have to say it like that. Didn't you like me?
I now understand why I was your first girlfriend. No one wants to date a mama's boy.
That's cruel. You hurt my pride as a man.
You never had any pride to begin with. I must have been blind. This is goodbye.
So, what about my next job?
It's not happening.
You can't be serious. I bought this house with a mortgage. We said we'd pay it off together.
You're living with your mom, so you two can handle it. I'm out.
No way.
I changed the title to your name. I've already moved to a new apartment, so it's not my concern.
Please, come back. If you don't, I'll go bankrupt.
Do whatever you want. This is your own doing. Continue living in your I love mommy world with your mom. Goodbye, mama's boy.
This can't be happening.
Hey, Naomi. I need your help. Riley, is something wrong?
I need you to do something.
What?
You need to help Dylan and me.
Help? Why?
Dylan is struggling to find a job. At this rate, we'll both go bankrupt.
That's too bad. But why are you asking me?
You're the CEO's daughter. You can do something, right? Give Dylan a job and save us.
Riley, that's impossible.
Don't say that. You need Dylan, don't you?
I needed him because I loved him, but that's not the case anymore.
But he's your husband, right?
No, not anymore. We're separated.
Even so, I'm asking you, please help us.
Riley, Dylan needs to learn to stand on his own. Helping him would hinder his growth.
No way. Are you sure you can't help us?
No, Riley, I can't. Please don't contact me again. After that, Dylan couldn't find a job on his own. Even though he relied on job sites and acquaintances, he struggled to find work. In the end, he could only make ends meet with part-time jobs and his savings ran out. Now, he's working the night shift at the store. He couldn't pay rent anymore and ended up couch surfing at a friend's place. Eventually, his friends also abandoned him one by one, and I heard he ended up living almost like a homeless person. As for his mother, she faced a harsh reality too. With no money, she started working at a nightclub, but due to her age, the number of customers decreased, and so did her income. Her debts kept piling up, and she was eventually forced to declare bankruptcy. Now, she's living alone in an old apartment. It's their own fault. As for me, I met a wonderful person and found happiness again. With my new partner, we've built a relationship based on mutual respect and support. I plan to cherish this happiness for the rest of my life.
Diana, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yes, sure.
I want to ask you something.
I wonder what it is. Please feel free to ask me.
Listen, will you stop addressing me with my first name? I don't remember giving you permission for that.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not your parent or anything like that. So stop calling me with my first name. I don't remember having an uneducated girl as my daughter.
Oh, dear.
I had no choice but to keep quiet the other day because my son and wife were there. Don't get carried away.
I see. But did you approve my marriage with your son, right?
Stop it. Why are you going ahead with the marriage without my permission? I heard you went to the same high school with my son.
Yes, that's right. But
What did you do after high school? My son studied diligently all his life at the prestigious university.
that's...
I heard that you stayed at home all the time after high school graduation. You were living at your parents' house, right?
Well, I think so.
That means you're a parasite.
Actually, it's not like that.
Then what were you doing?
I used the time to learn about computers-related stuff. I thought it was a profound study, so I was doing my best studying at home.
That means you're a nerd.
Well, you could say that. I did study in a nerdy way. I think there are many different categories of nerds, you know.
You know what? You were studying at home, while people at the same age of you doing job hunting. You were spending 4 unproductive years living like a parasite with your parents. What a pathetic nerd.
Isn't productive for years really such a big deal? I consider it to have been a meaningful time for me. I'm doing my current job because of the experience I gained from that time.
I have no doubt that your company hired a high school graduate like you as one of their charity activities. I don't think any proper company in this country would hire a person like you.
Are you telling me that you don't want to admit my capability? I don't want to go on talking to you in a roundabout way.
Stop talking back to me like that. This is why all these high school graduates and poorly educated people can't have a proper conversation. You make me say the same thing over and over again. You really are a lot like the high school graduate employee at my company.
Are you talking about Lisa? Isn't that prejudice?
You have no right to say any personal opinion. A poorly educated girl like should just shut up and listen to what you are told.
With all due respect, I don't think education is that important in this day and age.
The less educated you are, the more you say that. You're a typical uneducated person.
Okay then, I understand. At any rate, you're saying that you won't allow me to marry your son, right?
Of course. You are just a parasite with high school diploma. You're not worthy of my son.
An uneducated parasite, huh? I think you misunderstood me. Besides, can you judge me by my current job and income?
Huh? Income? There's no way a high school graduate can make enough money to brag about. How can you say such a big thing?
I see. If you're worried, I can show you my payslip.
I don't trust you. If you ask the company, they can forge it for you anyway. Uneducated people like you can only think of childish things.
I can't believe you just said that. I'm not that kind of person.
But I don't trust your company since they decided to hire a high school graduate like you as one of their charity activities. I don't care what you say, but I won't let you marry my son.
You don't know anything about my company, so please stop saying random things.
I can ask any of the other employees to find out more. You're working with a bunch of high school graduates anyway. Stop talking big.
My company is publicly traded. It's a legitimate company. I have nothing to be ashamed of.
You got to be kidding me.
No, I'm telling the truth. What should I do to make you believe me?
You know, even if you worked for a big company and make over $100,000 a year, there's one thing I won't compromise on. I can't let you be my son's wife.
What do you mean by that? Why are you against my marriage with your son?
Marriage means having kids.
Yes, that's right.
It will be a child with your DNA.
What's wrong with that?
You want me to have a grandchild with the DNA of a high school graduate?
If you're going to go that far, I'm done talking to you. I'm well aware that there's no point of having a discussion with you.
I see. I'm glad you understand. I hope you'll leave my son as soon as possible and never come near him again. Because my son is a treasure to me.
Huh? I can't promise that. I will have another discussion with my son.
No matter how much of a high school graduate you are, you should at least understand how people feel. Just step aside quickly so as not to hurt my son. You, explain to me about what the heck is going on. My son hasn't come home.
Why don't you ask your son himself about that?
He's been ignoring all my calls. You know something, don't you? Tell me right away.
It's useless to talk to such a rude person like you.
You tricked my son and just took him away from me, didn't you?
I would never do such a horrible thing. I'm telling you the truth.
Since my son graduated from a famous university and is working at a decent company, did you deceive him to take away all of his fortune?
Huh? What on earth are you talking about? You're so misguided.
I told you to break up with my son, didn't I? But you decided not to do so because you were aiming for his high income, right? I know how an uneducated person like you think.
I didn't say that. I agreed to break up with your son, right?
I told you to back off, so my son won't get hurt. Seems that you didn't understand what you were told.
But I just said that I would talk about it with your son. I didn't say I agreed to break up with him. I think you misunderstood my true intention.
You're just a high school graduate. But you've got a cocky attitude that really pissed me off. I would never let you marry my son.
Looks like your son is tired of your prejudice.
My son would never say such a thing. Because I didn't say anything about this directly to my son.
But you sent me messages. Your son was standing beside me at that time. So he was watching the whole conversation. He looked very disturbed somehow when he read your messages.
What the heck do you think you're doing? Are you the kind of woman who sends private messages to other people? I don't understand how a poorly educated woman behaves.
Normally, I wouldn't show it to anyone. But since it was your son, I thought I should let him know about the truth.
Are you telling me that you're exposing other people's private life?
No, that's not what I mean. I never expected such slanderous messages from you. It was too much to bear. I think you got what you deserve.
Slanderous messages, huh? What are you talking about? This is why I have a problem with uneducated people. I don't understand you at all. Everything I said is true, isn't it?
Even if it were true or not, your son had a dumbfounded look on his face. I have no doubt that he was shocked at your words.
You made him do that, didn't you?
No, that's not possible. Besides, I don't feel comfortable getting married in a situation where I feel like I'm at odds with someone who'll be my future father-in-law. I've told your son to go back home.
So, is my son coming home?
No, he refused to go home. He even said that he's going to cut ties with you.
He'll be in trouble since he doesn't have his changes for clothes.
Don't worry about that. Your son is no longer a child. He has bought some new clothes.
How dare you let my son spend money for that? You're not only an uneducated woman, but you're also a pimp. Well, maybe that's why you're incompetent.
Are you listening to me? Your son was using his own money, not mine.
He ran away from home because of you. He wasn't that kind of guy. You brainwashed my son, so you're the one who's supposed to buy the new clothes for him.
Oh, maybe that's reasonable.
You don't have enough money to buy him clothes since you're just a high school graduate with low salary, right? That's why you let him buy those himself. It's pathetic to think that my son was willing to do that.
I think you were wrong about that. Well, I don't want to listen to your selfish opinion anyway. You wouldn't understand, no matter what I said.
I've provided my son a life that everybody wants. A life together with you will soon be too much for him. Anyway, tell my son to go back home immediately. Do I make myself clear to you?
Why don't you just be a little more mature and wait for him to come home? Your son is a grown-up.
You're a woman who pisses me off at every turn, you know that. I don't think my son wants to live together with an uneducated woman like you. Sooner or later, he'll leave you. What he did to me was just a little distraught. It's probably just a matter of time before he gives up. I'll just have to wait and see since I'm a patient man.
I see. Well, it's up to you then.
Hey, give me a break.
Hello, Judith. It's been a long time.
Cut it out. I told you not to address me by my first name, didn't I? Just send my son home.
I'm afraid I can't do that because of my current health condition. I can't take a flight to go there.
Huh? What are you talking about? What on earth did you do to my son?
Your wife didn't tell you about that?
I haven't heard anything. And what's with the flight? Are you living in a remote place? You must have made some kind of mistake anyway.
Please don't get me wrong. We're in Australia right now. I'm here on a business trip. For your information, I've been promoted. Your son doesn't like the food here, and he's a little sick right now.
What? Australia? What do you mean? Stop saying random things.
I've been telling your wife about the current situation. She knows exactly what's going on. You're lucky to have such a good wife. I'll try my best to be a good wife like her.
What the heck are you talking about? What do you mean by being a good wife? I haven't heard anything about you marrying my son.
I see. Seems like you don't talk to your wife so often, do you? But that's between you and her. I don't have the right to interfere.
What are you guys doing in Australia? Your company is crazy to let an uneducated high school graduate go there for a business trip. Anyway, I want my son back.
I can't. I'm here for business.
Huh? Your company is so crazy to send a high school graduate overseas. I think you mentioned something about promotion, didn't you? That's impossible. Ah, I got it. The company can't send their precious university graduates because it's not a safe country. Well, that's a very wise decision.
My company didn't send me to a battlefield or something like that. If you choose the right place, Australia is a very safe country. It's comfortable and pleasant here.
That's only in the city, right? If you go a bit out of town, you'll find a lot of nasty people.
It's the same in every country, isn't it? If you're so worried, why don't you come here and check by yourself?
Why should I go abroad? You guys are the one who should get back here as soon as possible.
But your wife has already been here several times. I'm sure you will be fine too.
My wife went there?
Yes, I've been busy with work, so your wife came here to support your son a few times.
I don't think she had the money to go there. I can't believe she was traveling back and forth to Australia.
Oh, I paid for that. Your wife didn't pay a penny, so don't worry about that.
Don't tell me such a stupid lie. It's just impossible.
I'm not lying. Apparently, you don't seem to understand well about the situation. Can I explain the details about my job to you now?
I'm not interested in listening about what a high school graduate does to make a living.
You shouldn't assume that my job isn't a great job just because I'm a high school graduate. I don't want you to misunderstand me. Besides, as a member of society, I don't feel comfortable to be treated unfairly.
I'm not making assumptions. I'm just being honest.
Enough is enough. I'm a trader at an investment company. If I tell you the name of the company, it might shock you, so I'll keep it to myself.
Stop blubbering nonsense. Don't even dare to joke about it.
After I graduated from high school, I didn't go to the university. Instead, I decided to study on my own at my parents' house. I did the best I could.
Is that how you tell your lies to other people?
I'm not telling lies. I didn't make much money at first. But gradually, I learned more about the world economy, so I decided to move abroad. Anyway, your son is my great supporter.
You're doing a nasty business, aren't you?
Absolutely not. It's true that I didn't go to the university right after high school graduation. But I went to study abroad.
Seriously?
Yes, I did. I started working as an assistant at my current company.
That's absurd. It's a lie anyway, right? How long are you going to keep making up stories?
It may be hard to get people to trust you if they suspect you're that much of a liar. In fact, academic background is no longer important in most of developed countries nowadays.
Then, what kind of company are you working for?
It's GMS.
Ah, come on. There's no way you can work in such prestigious company like that. Do you think you can fool me just because I'm an old woman, Missy? Don't make me laugh.
It's such a shame that you still don't believe me.
You can say whatever you want. I'll use my connections to find out more about you. Be prepared for that.
I see. Go ahead then. I think that's the best solution. If you still don't trust me, I have no other choice than to give up hope.
Shut up. Just let my son come back home now.
I'll talk to him about that, since it's difficult to do that immediately. Bye then.
Diana, I have something important to tell you. Can you please reply to me at your earliest convenience?
How can I help you, sir?
You can address me with my first name if you want to. I know what you do for a living. I'm believing you. You have my permission to marry my son.
I see. I'm glad you finally understand that.
There have been a lot of misunderstandings so far. But I've come to understand that you're the right wife for my son.
What kind of misunderstanding?
Please don't me explain about that again. I just want to get along with you, Diana. Also, there's one thing I want to ask you.
Yes, what is it?
It's about my wife. She hasn't come home for the past few days. Do you have any idea where she is now? Is she there with you guys?
Yes, she's here with me and your son. By the way, she said that she wants a divorce.
Divorce? It's not finalized yet. I'm not even gonna admit it. Besides, if we don't talk with each other, there won't be any divorce, right?
Every country has different laws for that. So we just need to ask the solicitor about the details.
I don't think I understand about what you're trying to say.
Your academic prejudice against me alone was quite coercive. I was honestly surprised to know that you were also overbearing within the family. I feel so sorry for your wife.
What do you mean by overbearing?
You were also very hard on your wife, weren't you? That's what I mean. It looks like you weren't aware of it at all.
What does that have to do with the divorce? I got married right after my wife graduated from junior college. I let her be a housewife for many years. She's the one who should be thanking to me. What did I do wrong? It doesn't matter for me to be a little bit overbearing since I'm the breadwinner. That's not a proper reason for divorce.
Being overbearing is a huge problem. I think you were an unruly person if you were not aware of it. I was just wondering if you really have a human heart.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that my son and my wife are going to live in your place permanently?
I think so. Your son is already helping me with my business here. At least, I don't think your son will ever come back to your place. If you want to, you can come here too.
Me? Don't be silly.
But there were a lot of misunderstandings, right? If you're coming here, I can arrange time for you to discuss it once. I'm not a cruel person anyway.
That's impossible. My pride won't allow it.
Then, I don't have any choice.
Hey, listen to me. Why don't you come back to the US once? Let's talk it over slowly here.
That's impossible. I'm in the middle of an important project and I can't leave work. Considering all the circumstances, it is impossible for me to come back to the US.
Please don't say that. I want to see my family too. I want to spend time with everyone here.
Then why don't you come here? Don't you have enough passion to get on a plane and meet your son and wife? Isn't it a natural thing to do if you really love your family? Your pride shouldn't be in your way.
No, I'm just scared.
Scared of what?
I'm scared of going to foreign countries. I don't know about the culture, and I'm afraid that something nasty might happen to me. What if I get kidnapped?
You graduated from a university, but you are afraid of going to foreign countries? I was 18 years old, a high school graduate, when I went abroad myself. Even I, a woman, could do it. So there's no reason why you can't do it, Judas.
Education and gender have nothing to do with that.
Is that so? On the contrary, until now you have been judging me because of my educational background, right? It seems that you were also making fun of me since I'm a woman. I thought you learned a lot, so you know how to deal with your fears. But it looks like I was wrong.
You don't learn that stuff at school. So let's compromise here. Why don't we meet somewhere in the middle?
What do you mean by that? Are you talking about meeting inside a cruise or something like that?
There's a direct flight to Australia from Kennedy International Airport, right? I can go to that airport by direct flight from here too. So why don't we meet at New York instead?
After all, you're talking about meeting each other in the US, aren't you? Didn't you study geography during high school? That's impossible.
I'm doing the best I could. I'll apologize to my wife, my son, and of course to you too. So please accept my offer of meeting each other in New York.
I refuse. Besides, I just talked to your wife and son. They said that even if you came over here, they don't want to meet you. It seems that they don't even want to see your face. Also, they don't want to do anything but talk to their lawyer. Sorry that it didn't work out as you planned, Judas.
Hold on a sec. I'm the one who's making concession. We just need to ride a direct flight. It's that simple, right?
No matter what you say, I can't leave my work, so I can't grant your wish. Besides, I want to protect your wife, whom your son cares for. Please do your best on your own. Unfortunately, there will be no one you can yell at anymore, since your wife and son are releasing you.
Hey, wait! What you're doing is a crime!
Crime? Stop kidding me. Then we'll start with your trial first. I'll never get arrested since I haven't done anything wrong. Judas, who was so overbearing, never come to us because he was afraid of going to foreign countries. In the end, It was just him and his big mouth. After that, I continued to work in various countries around the world. I never saw Judas again. However, Judas was very persistent, and as a result of his continued insistence in the divorce court, the divorce has finalized after 2 years. I feel sorry for his wife since she had to wait that long. Despite his overbearing personality, seems that Judas did not want to leave his wife. But his wife refused to stay married with him, and they ended up in divorce. He got what he deserved. Even at his company, no one felt sorry for him because of his overbearing attitude. I heard he has missed the opportunity to get promoted at work.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!